Hey guys, it's Blyboy, and today we're being going over the DC villain known as the Shaggy Man, or as I like to call it, DC's overpowered Bigfoot. And I thought we'd go over this character because, it's October, Halloween. He fits kind of in that genre, because he's kind of like Frankenstein's monster, but we'll get to that. So he first appeared in Justice League number 45, the super struggle of the Shaggy Man. And in this story, you have this doctor who was trying to find a substitute for human tissue, and the way he did this is he created something called plastic alloy. And he mixed it with salamander DNA. And he then blasted an artificial body with this to see if it would, regrow the skin. However, instead of actually regrowing damaged skin, it did something really bad that's worse than a failed experiment. It created a whole monster. It created the Shaggy Man. And he soon found out the Shaggy Man could regenerate and almost invulnerable. So he called in the Justice League. The Justice League tries to stop him. They can't do anything because the guy can regenerate whatever they throw at him. So Hawkman tries to attack him, but also turns out the Shaggy Man has super strength. So what does Shaggy Man do? He grabs a tree and just starts swatting at Hawkman like he's some type of fly. So then Flash gets the idea of getting another Shaggy Man, since this Shaggy Man attacks anything that moves. He decides to put the two Shaggy Mans, throw them in a deep pit, and just, have them fight each other for all of eternity, because nobody knows what else to do with Shaggy Man. He's like an immovable object. So they just throw them in this pit and have them fight till eternity, and they just bury them underneath there. However, the Shaggy Man was brought back in Justice League of America number 104. And the way he's brought back is pretty interesting. So, the villain known as Hector Heyman, which is a Green Lantern villain, but also fought the Justice League, he decides there's one character the Justice League have been very powerless to stop. I've tried all these other villains, so let's see if this works. So what he does is, I guess he telepathically gets Shaggy Man to crawl out of the pit. So now you have the Shaggy Man out there on the loose somewhere. Meanwhile, at the Justice League Watchtower, they're all cleaning different rooms, and Aquaman's showing Black Canary around. And it's like, wait a minute, we don't have a statue of the Shaggy Man. And that's when he just starts attacking them, and attacking Batman and the Atom in their room. And Superman, he steps up to try to stop the Shaggy Man, but it's no use. The Shaggy Man is too powerful. So they're basically just fighting on top of the Watchtower as it's fixing to crash into Earth. Well, it crashes, or it's about to crash into the city when Green Lantern shows up and stops it from, destroying any civilian houses or apartments. And Green Lantern ends up being the one who takes down the Shaggy Man. He points his ring at the Shaggy Man, and at first he tries to put him in chains. That doesn't work, but the Shaggy Man breaks free. However, what he does is he shrinks him in size, it seems, and puts him in a small little cage. The Shaggy Man would have a few other brief appearances throughout comics, and one of his big appearances was in the event Crisis on Infinite Earths, which we've already gone over what happened in that on one of my videos. But his next big appearance was actually in the comic series JLA 24, and in this story, it begins with you got this character named Battlestar, and he's going in the ocean, and he finds this almost like this tank, and inside this tank is none other than the body of the Shaggy Man. So, Shaggy Man was apparently captured at some point by Aquaman and imprisoned here so he couldn't break free. Well, Battlestar has just, broken him free of this tube. So now you got the Justice League on alert. They're freaking out because they're like, this guy has a problem. If we don't know where his body's at, somebody has taken it. We just don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how we're going to be able to help this. And that's when General Elling, meanwhile, announces the creation of this special military force made up of these superhumans. And he basically says, look, the Justice League, they can't cover all this squad of land, so this is why I've created this group. He also tells the president later on, look, I want to pit them against the Justice League. And the president's like, you're crazy. That will never work. And so that's exactly what happens, is General Elling manipulates everything into them fighting the Justice League. While all this is going on, Batman follows a lead on the Shaggy Man, which leads him to an underground bunker owned by none other than General Elling. And when he gets there, what he discovers is crazy. He finds a file on the Shaggy Man and how General Elling recently had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Or my bad, had been diagnosed with cancer. And so, what does he do? He transfers his conscience into the body of the Shaggy Man. And so, the character known as General is born from this. So basically the General is just Shaggy Man after he shaved all the hair off and General Elling is in the body. So Batman and Huntress, they try to fight the Shaggy Man, or the General, and he, whoops the crap out of them. Meanwhile, Superman is trying to negotiate with the Battlestar and his group, and they eventually come to a conclusion they gotta work together and help Batman take down General Elling. Batman tries to bring down the General by using hypnosis, but it's interrupted by Superman and Battlestar's group, and the way they end up beating the General is they end up pushing him and punching him towards this room where there's a teleporter, and once they get him onto the teleportation pad, they just send him out into space somewhere. A third Shaggy Man was created by none other than Lex Luthor in the other Justice League of America comics that would come out later on. And this version of the character was, like I said, created by Lex Luthor, but he also had a bigger role in the Injustice League. That was his main thing that he dealt with. In the New 52, the Shaggy Man showed up, and he had a new origin. So this version of the Shaggy Man was created by Dr. Sivana. And the story he's introduced in was Justice League of America number 4. Now, the Justice League of America was a team created by Argus to hunt down the secret society of supervillains, which was this big society that was going around the New 52, which was led by this character called the Outsider. And they sent Catwoman in to go in and try to figure out information. Well, while she's in there and they're trying to track her location, they're attacked by the Shaggy Man. And they take on the Shaggy Man, and you have Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, the Vibe. They're all trying to fight him. This version of Shaggy Man also has other powers that the other Shaggy Man didn't have. It seems this Shaggy Man is able to breathe fire because that's what or some type of electricity. But the way this Shaggy Man is beat is Stargirl uses her cosmic staff and blasts him with it, which apparently subdues the Shaggy Man, and that's how they win that fight. After the New 52, it wouldn't be till Aquaman number 4 that the Shaggy Man would reappear. And he actually had a pretty cool role to play in the Aquaman series. So Black Manta at this time is talking with this terrorist group called Nemo. And they're like, look, Aquaman has become a problem, we need to take care of him. And Black Manta says he needs a distraction. Next thing you know, you just see them drop the Shaggy Man. He's shot out of a torpedo from a submarine and dropped near Atlantis. So you have this unstoppable force going towards the hidden city of Atlantis. You know this is going to end bad. So the Atlanteans, they try to attack Shaggy Man. It does no damage at all. So Aquaman jumps into the fray, and he's barely doing any damage. So it's just like there's no winning this battle. Like I said, the dude is like an unstoppable Bigfoot. But anyway, they end up shooting to the surface where he and Aquaman continue their battle, and it's a pretty good battle. And then you have the cops start shooting at him. Now, this is one thing in comics I don't understand. If you see a giant hulking monster that a hero is fighting and he's losing to, why would a gun do any difference to it? But the way Aquaman beats him is he throws his Justice League membership card at him, and this causes the Shaggy Man to be transported to space. Yeah, it's not that great of a solution to beating him, but it's how it usually ends with Shaggy Man. You send him into space or bury him, whichever works. He then showed up in the comic series Damage, and in this series, it's revealed that he is now living on an island, or a monster island, almost something out of like the Kong movies or Godzilla, and that's where he resides to this day. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.